Hi, it's David Gomm in the stained glass studio, and today I want to talk a little bit about cutting glass and specifically about some of the tools we use when we cut glass. Now, I could start with handheld glass cutters, but that's probably old stuff, so we'll cover that in a minute. I thought first we'd talk about cutting circles. Now, I thought first of all, this is a T-square strip cutter made by Glass-Star. Fabulous tool. We have other videos and training on how to use this type of cutter, and so I'm not going to demonstrate how to use it. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to take the T-square off, and I'm going to put the circle cutter attachment onto it. So there is a way on the glass cutter to measure what kind of, looks like this side is the diameter. Well, that might be 2 inches, so it's probably the radius. So this is how you get the radius of the circle. Now, it's got these little feet. Let's see. I got another one that's actually got the 3 feet. Oh, here we go. Now I've got it on the correct way, and so see, this is the indicator forward, and see this, that gives you the diameter of the circle. So you set it, and then I like to dip it in some oil. Now you have to hang on to it, push down fairly tight. You don't want it sliding on you. See that? It slid on me when I did that. So it's not going to be a very good circle. Now what we need to do is cut up to the edge of the circle and then on beyond the circle. So you see that I've got and normally if I hadn't slipped like that, you'd get a perfect circle. So now we're going to switch over and we're going to use this one. Now I have to read the name of it. It is a, read it, Jeannie.
A Libersnit?
Yeah, I always call it a gibberglover. I don't know. So on this one, okay, on this one, it's got a cutter, and also you can run it back and forth, and on this one it's got a brass rule on the side. It's kind of hard to read it from this angle, but you set it here, and now what I like to do, now you can also get an alternative to this one that looks almost identical, but it's just not a name brand, so it costs a little less. what we're going to do here. Now what I like to do is, it's got a suction cup, and so I like to put it in a little bowl of water, and then I set it to where it'll hit all the places that I want, and then you just flop it down and see it stays pretty good. I use the same kind of care that I do with the other cutter. Trying to keep it from slipping. But hey, how do you like that? I've seen these on movies where they pretend to cut a hole in some glass, and that's exactly what they're doing, is they're pretending, because it wouldn't work the way they show you. You know, they show the person tapping from the outside, and you'd have to tap from the inside. And in skyscrapers that they're breaking into, they would need to go through a couple of layers of glass. So on this one now, get this. And there we go. Suitable for framing. And this is the one that I like for cutting circles of this size. Now we have another one which is called a lens cutter. And this is an easy cut lens cutter. This is set for a certain size already. It's kind of difficult to read, but it's also got a setting for the size that you're trying to cut, and then your glass goes in here, and there's a crosshair here that shows where the cutter is going to okay, and then I get a little bit of oil on it. And there we go.
So the crosshairs are the center of the circle?
They are. Thanks. I didn't finish that sentence, did I? And here we are. Kind of have to cut a relief cut. And you still have to use your glass cutter rolling it forward, not sideways like I was doing there. Okay, that's how those are made. That might make a good, I don't know, a necklace charm or something, especially on the smaller sizes. So, those are the cutters I wanted to show you. Now, I did tell you that we have other videos on how to use this Glass Star strip cutter. Now, we're going to take a field trip over to Glass Images and see theirs. Okay, we're at Glass Images Stained Glass Studio, and here's our friend Ethan. And he's going to show you this different kind of glass cutter.
So this is what we call a strip cutter. It's used to cut basically a straight line on glass. There's a few different sizes. This one is for bigger glass. We have a few that are for little medium and small glass. And basically it's to cut strips of glass. So I'm going to go ahead with this one. cuts a straight line. Break it.
Man, that's nice. So, because it's got wheels on the front and the back, you're able to get clear over to the edge.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the rollers here just catch on both sides of the glass, front and back, hold it in place as you roll it down the glass.
What's the brand?
This is a CRL brand.
Okay.
Pretty generic. They sell them for the glass businesses.
Okay. All right. That is really awesome. Do you have to dip your glass cutter, or?
So it has the regular glass tip. Inside
Okay.
is a reservoir with a wick, essentially,
Oh, really?
of oil. And if I can get it open. And you just fill it, every few
Oh,
days.
That's
Keeps it
awesome.
moist, self-fed.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, wasn't that interesting? Now we're going to move on to some handheld cutters. This is a pistol grip. It's designed to make your life easier if you have wrist problems. I absolutely hate this one. We used to sell them. We don't anymore. If you want one, you can get one, but not from me, because I just don't like them. I feel like they make my wrist hurt more than a regular handheld. So I wanted you to know that these are available, but no, thank you. I'm not going to use it. Here's the regular barrel grip. This is an acrylic barrel grip made by Toyo. Toyo's a great brand. I really like them. You dip. You can really get nice curves, nice straight lines. There it is. Okay, so that, and you hold it in stabbing motion, putting force down through your from your shoulder down through your elbow into your wrist and down into the glass cutter, and it's great. Let me show you also. That you can use it right up against a straight edge. So you can get a nice straight cut from it. But so anyhow, it's my favorite. Now there is a handle that you can buy and put on here that will give you support if you need more support, and you can just put it on and it'll last well and work well for you. There's also, here's one with a support already built into it. You hold it against your palm, and then you're able to, now some people like to hold it like this, some people like to hold it like that, but the idea behind it is that you can get support, and so you don't have to hang on to it tightly all day long, and that'll work really well for you. Another one that's got that same kind of help, this is one which is almost identical to a swivel knife in the leather industry, and you're able to put it right up against your hand there, and you can so it'll work really well, and that again gives you the opportunity to cut small pieces and such all day long. It'll work well for you. Here is another handheld, and what's different between it and this one? That one's pink and this one's orange. That's the difference. They work well. You can buy replacement tips for these. You can buy replacement tips for these, which have 6 different heads on them. And that's pretty much all I have to say about glass cutting. So we hope you have fun cutting your glass, and we'll see you next time in the glass studio. Oh, like, subscribe, leave comments. Thanks.